Well, we haven't heard the last of Filthy Rich and Cat Flap. They'll be back with a new series in the autumn. Arena on Friday looks at the world and work of American underground artist Robert Crumb.
Robert Crumb became famous in the mid-1960s as the pioneer of the so-called underground comic. Until then, comics had been dominated by the world of Walt Disney and the reassuring sentiments of Superman, truth, justice.
Often faster than express. Nothing else is better for business.
On Anglia this Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, the cream of British snooker compete in Ipswich for the coveted English Professional Championship 1987. See the highlights here on Anglia. World-class snooker starting this Tuesday night at 11:30, continuing on Wednesday and Thursday on Anglia.
The dread of Dracula, the fear of Frankenstein. A look at the legends through the ages in the South Bank show tonight at 10:35 here on Anglia. But now another glimpse into the peculiar world according to Smith and Jones.
This is the court of Louis XIV, and this is the royal we. Are these people mad? Are they perverted? Or are they just French?
The new Renault 21. At last, there's spirit in a family car.
Wanna be a good girl for Mum?
When Mrs. Shepherd's dinner went to the wall, our man took one look at the damage and in this case had a cheque in the post within days. Commercial Union. We won't make a drama out of a crisis.
Introducing the world's smallest coffee maker. It'll make 12 cups of delicious, fresh-tasting coffee in a fraction of the time. Well, it is only 35p. Brook Bond Red Mountain's 35p trial jars. 12 cups of ground coffee taste without the grind.
Nice of you to drop by, Des. I said this morning we'd go have Des round, buy him a pint. An honest pint. Good character. Pint you can trust, Des. See to him, then.
For he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow, for he's a jolly good fellow.
Happy birthday, Desmond.
Trust Toby. Good honest bitter.
This man is about to perform major heart surgery. Put life in your equipment. Long life. Ever ready gold seal. The heart of the machine.
Tonight at 11:40 here on Anglia, End of Empire, with a look at Ghana, once the Gold Coast, and regarded as Britain's model colony. End of Empire tonight at 11:40.
There is now a deadly virus which anyone can catch from sex with an infected person. But you can't always tell if someone is infected. And unless we're all a lot more careful, the people who've died so far will be just the tip of the iceberg. So protect yourself. It's safer if you use a condom. And remember, the more sexual partners, the greater the risk.
Now it's time for Dracula and Frankenstein and Melvin Bragg in the South Bank Show.
I am Dracula.
Think of all the great people you just love to see on a television program. Sexy people. Funny people. Interesting people. Beautiful people. Well, political people. Comedy people. Well, these are just the sort of people you can see with me, 10:30, Friday evenings, Channel 4. Clive Anderson. It's good to talk back.
Highlights of Sunday night's game between Cagliari and champions Juventus in Football Italia Mezzanotte. That's next here on 4.
Jake's Progress on 4.
Spot 3 oranges within a 3D image inside special packs of Terry's Chocolate Orange and win a Vauxhall Tigra.
When I get indigestion,
red peas really do help. The flavours are good. They're very fruity.
tangy, tingy on the tongue.
It's tangy, it's fast, it's Rennie Rupees.
You know when you found the perfect partner, one you can depend upon to cope with even the toughest jobs. And thanks to Bosch quality, one that will last for years and still be as good as the day you met.
Bosch says yes, just like that other perfect partnership. Bosch, excellence comes as standard.
Every day, thousands of people like you begin the search for a brighter future. It's not easy. You want to get ahead, but you need an edge. You need skills. Lift yourself above the crowd with work-based training and vocational qualifications. Call 0345 665588. Start training and free your potential.
The KFC Mighty Double.
2 white chicken pieces, lettuce, mayo and tangy barbecue sauce on a long sesame bun.
All for only $2.15.
Don't worry, he's really friendly. Unless he hears a high-pitched noise.
Tetley's. Take the rough with the smooth.
Guys?
Yeah?
Yeah. Nice thought.
Yeah?
Many people go through life in disguise. New Insignia Nature has a subtle fragrance which lets you be yourself. New insignia nature. Everything else is just camouflage.
Mickey and Ellen are the current title holders for The Strangest Getting Together.
How did they get together?
Would you like to come upstairs?
No, I'm sorry. But to tell you the truth, I don't find you very attractive. You've got a big, fat, dumpy ass.
What? He said that?
No, of course not. I just threw that in to see if you were paying attention. What he said was...
I would love to.
Billy Crystal, Deborah Winger. Forget Paris.
Spot 3 oranges, win a Vauxhall Tigra. Fun, if you like that sort of thing.
It's hard, it's fast. You make it, you take it.
This is about money, this is about green. You got that?
When you're hustling in basketball, you gotta listen to the woman.
How much money did you make today?
A white man who wants to win at least once and look good.
Wanna run that by me one more time, baby?
But remember, when you lose, you really win. And when you win, you lose.
White men can't jump.
Get in a zone in White Men Can't Jump. Sunday at 10 on 4.
Late night sporting action in an hour's time on 4 when world tennis looks back over an eventful year. First though, it's Football Italia.
Campionato di calcio italiano.
Hello, this is Gary Bloom. Welcome to Football Italia Mezzanotte. Tonight we're in Sardinia to see whether Juventus can maintain their 100% start to the season by beating Cagliari, who under the guidance of former Juve coach Giovanni Trapattoni have yet to secure a single point.
The 9 o'clock news with Martin Lewis is over on BBC One now.
Did you know there's an Alan Wicker Appreciation Society? We did. We got him to admit to it.
But if you won't accept imitations, you'll find the real Wicker in this week's Radio Times. Radio Times gives you a better picture.
40 Minutes at 9:35 visits an experimental unit at Hull Jail, where 10 of the most disruptive men in the prison system are taking part in a new softly regime. This is BBC Two. Now a bumper bundle from the comic strip team Falklands Bound in the epic South Atlantic Raiders, Part 2. In next week's comic strip film, we present the GLC story as told by Hollywood. The people fight to save their beloved GLC by rising up against the Ice Maiden, a blonde with supernatural powers. Next Thursday at 9. Time and tide waits for no man except one.
You're part of a time travel experiment that went a little caca. Everyone has to believe that you're Tom Stratton if we're going to be able to retrieve you on Tuesday.
I'm scheduled to test fly the X2 on Monday.
You have a problem, over?
I can't fly.
Relax, I can't.
Hey, Tom, you reading me? Come in, X2.
New on 2, Quantum Leap begins Tuesday at 9 o'clock. At 10:15 tonight, our tribute to Samuel Beckett continues with Harold Pinter talking about his great mentor and reading from the final pages of The Unnameable, the last part of Beckett's prose trilogy. This is BBC Two.
In a change to the Radio Times, tonight's 40 Minutes Danger Men follows a group of inmates at Hull Prison's controversial A-Wing, including David McAllister, one of the most dangerous men in the prison system, who escaped from the unit. The strong language in the film reflects the tensions and conflicts of this experimental regime.
Because BMW bumpers regain their shape after a minor knock, it's easier for their owners to kiss and make up.
Hello, Uncle Henry.
Hello, my dear. What's that?
The word processor. Doing a story for the Gazette.
This obsession with technology.
Everything all right, Uncle Henry?
Oh, yes. Simply that I forgot to call in at Lloyd's Bank before I left. I wanted to change a standing order, you see.
Well, you can do it at my branch.
You sure?
Oh, yes. You can do that kind of thing at any branch these days.
More technology, I suppose.
Afraid so. Now, we need customer services.
I suppose we shall have to queue.
Don't think so.
Good morning. How are you today?
Fine. Actually, we're together. Could you look after my Uncle Henry, please?
Happy to.
Now, young lady, did you open this just for us?
Yes. When customers are waiting, we try to do that now.
That's impressive.
I'll just pop over to the business centre. Hi. Right. Still here, then?
Yes, I got rather carried away with this device. So after I'd changed my standing order, I thought I'd check on my instant savings account as well.
That's what these systems are for, so we can spend more time with our customers.
Thank you, my dear.
So, feeling a bit better about technology, Uncle Henry?
I'm trundling up the high street at this precise moment. Yeah, nice one. Ciao.
Not entirely.
Lloyd's Bank, doing our best to be better.
Regarde, la Stella Artois est arrivée.
Rumpole of the Bailey was produced in association with Croft Port.
You may like to know that 2 Rumpole videos are now available.
There is no evidence more unreliable than a confession.
Rumpole up to his eyes and in his element, next Thursday at 9.
Excellent. I relish the Rumpole roly-poly.
looking at temptation.
Fly American Airlines to America on business and enjoy our non-stop service. After chilled champagne and warm roasted nuts, after your favorite cocktail, after a tasty appetizer and fresh-baked warm bread, all served with a warm smile. After your choice of, say, tender Chateaubriand, after vintage wine, fine cheese, fresh fruit, and maybe even your favorite dessert. After a spot of tea, a late matinee, and perhaps a short but well-deserved nap. In no time, it's time to get down to business. American Airlines flies nonstop daily to 6 U.S. gateways and over 300 connecting cities beyond. No other airline serves America better than American.
Friday on Crime Monthly, 2 raiders make their escape from a robbery in central London and encounter an armed response unit.
One suspect has been arrested as he left a nearby house, but there may be another armed man still inside. PD-17 taking no chances.
Yeah, we went through the hall into the kitchen clear. We're going to do the lounge.
The outcome is revealed in Crime Monthly, Friday at 9.
This weekend, prepare yourself for the most terrifying night of the year, Halloween.
Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it, or you can help me to stop it.
Come on out.
John Carpenter's classic Chiller sees the start of a season of horror films on Anglia. Halloween and Beyond begins Friday at 11:15.
This is Anglia. It's 10 o'clock.
His party stop fighting in public over Europe. But Lord Tevitt keeps up rebel pressure on Maastricht. Lamont explains the push for non-inflationary growth. Man charged after big Semtex find in London. And a possible Middle East breakthrough. Rabin and Hussein inch towards a peace deal. Good evening. The Prime Minister tried to get his backbenchers back into line on Europe tonight, telling them they couldn't pick and choose from the Conservative manifesto. If you have any doubts about policy, Mr. Major said, come and talk to me privately. From the Conservative manifesto. If you have any doubts about policy, Mr. Major said, come and talk to me privately. Don't go on television. He admitted some government failings. On the pit closures, Mr. Major said, we got it wrong. The pep talk to the 1922 committee, in which Mr. Major spoke of the Conservatives united being a formidable fighting force, won over some MPs. But others said they'd still vote against the government or abstain in the crucial Commons vote on Europe next Wednesday. The issue dominated Prime Minister's questions this afternoon, and before that, today's Cabinet meeting.
Long list of government problems. That's public spending and Europe. Final decisions on public spending have been put off until another day, but Europe demands decisions. And John Major got unanimous support from his colleagues for a hard line on that issue. The motion for debate next week is not yet published, but it will call for the Commons to support the Maastricht Treaty. Labour will vote against, which led Mr. Major to accuse John Smith of wriggling over Europe.
If he can't keep his principles in opposition, he'll stay in opposition.
It's a bit rich to be accused of a U-turn by a Prime Minister who's done a U-turn on devaluation under ERM, who's done a U-turn on pit closures, who's done a U-turn on economic policy, and who's done a U-turn on his undertakings to this House.
I seem to have touched a sore spot, replied Mr. Major.
He knows his party have had 7 changes of policy on Europe already. Even Salami ran out of veils at 7. He's shed 7 veils, and what is revealed is less attractive than Salami.
But debating points are of limited value at present. What Mr. Major needs are votes. And one piece of good news for him came from Liberal Democrat leader Paddy Ashdown, who confirmed his support in a letter to the Prime Minister. The key to survival on Wednesday lies with Mr Major's own backbenchers, who tonight gathered in Committee Room 14 to hear an impassioned plea from the Prime Minister for unity. Let us put aside the squabbling, he said. The manifesto is not an a la carte menu from which you can select the juicy measures. On Europe, a warning. The simplest way to a federal Europe, he said, was for Britain to stay on the sidelines. And he appealed to the critics, talk to us before you talk to the TV. It was noticeable. Some of the leading Euro-cynics took note and stayed silent. Loyalty, the order of the night.
The waverers, many of them, I think the great majority of them, will have found the Prime Minister's arguments persuasive.
He's laid it on the line what's really in Maastricht, the advantages. He recognises that there's some hesitation by some of us. I'm still not a total enthusiast to it, but he'll have my support next week.
Sounds like the Prime Minister's done himself some good in this meeting.
Yes, I think he has. I think he's done himself a lot of good.
But beneath that surface of enthusiasm, the hardcore opposition remains.
I would have thought that the people who think like I do and are as committed as I am have not had their...
Our Dustin Hoffman season continues on Tuesday at 9:30 with one of the greatest box office hits in movie history, The Graduate. More immediately, this is the shape of tomorrow evening on BBC One, beginning at 6:40 with Songs of Praise for Epiphany from Worcester Cathedral. There's comedy in a new series of Last of the Summer Wine at 7:15, and then at 7:50, Crisis puts a committee of distinguished politicians through the hypothetical ordeal of handling a terrorist hijack, creating a realistic situation with simulated news broadcasts and the benefit of expert diplomatic, military and legal advice. At 9:45, Magnus Magnusson begins a search for Mastermind of 1987. After the news, Everyman at 10:30 looks at the work of Father Quinn, himself a one-time alcoholic and founder of a rehabilitation centre for alcoholics in Detroit. And finally, the first in a series on the work of industrial designers at 11:10 brings Sunday evening to a close. So to the weather forecast, and much of England and Wales will have another frosty night, although temperatures will tend to rise in the west and north later. Tomorrow, most northern areas will have a wet start to the day. By afternoon, however, brighter, showery weather will have reached most of these parts, the rain by then having moved south into South Wales, central and southern areas of England. It'll be windy, but milder, with afternoon temperatures around 10 Celsius, 50 Fahrenheit in the north and west, and 7 Celsius, 45 Fahrenheit in the southeast. And that just about wraps it up from us for tonight. We leave you with the reminder of Radio 2 on air throughout the night, should you care to tune in. And of course, we hope to have the pleasure of your company tomorrow. Meanwhile, with the time approaching midnight 59, on behalf of everyone here on BBC One, this is Lorna Stevens wishing you a very good night.
Once upon a time, the diesel car was an unfortunate beast. But the diesel has changed. And so has our diesel fuel. SO Diesel 2000 helps make diesels of every generation cleaner, healthier creatures. SO Diesel 2000. A new generation of diesel.
Out there this morning, still no pain,
No gain. What you got there, then?
Oat and wheat bran. It's very nice.
I'm sure it is. But is it a serious cereal?
Actually, it's got 2 kinds of bran in it.
Hence the name.
The oat bran may help reduce cholesterol as part of a low-fat diet.
What's the wheat bran do, then?
Use your imagination.
Oat and wheat bran, a great double act from Weetabix.
Right. Yeah!
Is it true?
Louise, there
You brought a freelancer in on my project.
Look, let's discuss this over coffee.
Is it true?
Louise, this is Mark. He'll be, well...
Catering?
Not this time. This time, you'll be looking after me.
Rich coffee aroma, smooth coffee flavor. Nescafe Gold Blend.
I think you two make a great team.
And suppose I don't want to be part of a great team?
Oh, Louise.
I do like a smooth start. Nice coffee.
Look at the state of this. What am I going to do?
Wear the white one.
The white one? I'll wash it myself.
Bye-bye.
What's going on?
Persil Automatic has always given outstanding results.
Oh, Mum!
But now it's even better thanks to a double cleaning action. An action on fat and an action on other tough stains like ketchup and tea. Double action Persil Automatic, now with 10% extra free.
I want to be here forever.
I want to be like him.
I want to be 101 different things.
Whatever you're after, Prudential's financial planning helps you get the most from your savings.
I want to be a high flyer.
Be what you want to be with Prudential.
Linda LaPlante, top TV writer, wants to know why men get turned on by guns. She talks to men who use guns on both sides of the law.
No, that's going to get you killed.
What do guns do for her? Linda LaPlante in The Firing Line, the first of 6 programs by women about men. Men only. Monday at 9 on Channel 4.
Klaus von Bülow, a man convicted of attempting to murder his beautiful and extremely wealthy wife.
But I am absolutely innocent.
A man everybody loved to hate.
I think Klaus von Bülow stinks.
Alan Dershowitz, the brilliant lawyer hired to get the conviction reversed.
You don't even make a pretense of caring, do you?
It's just I don't wear my heart on my sleeve.
Academy Award-winning Jeremy Irons and Glenn Close in Reversal of Fortune, Tuesday at 9 on 4.
Now on 4, a haunting theme tune and the chaotic world of post-war Vienna form the backdrop to tonight's classic film, The Third Man.
Well, if you're a UFO fan, then you won't need reminding that the Euphoria Conference is on in Manchester in September. Thanks to Kate Runciman for sending me this document. Kate is based in Northampton and is one of the organisers. Sent me this information about the event. As you can see, Ed Bishop and Wanda Bentham are actually confirmed to appear at the conference. If you want this particular handout or to find out more about booking, contact Kate Runciman at 87 Arran Way, A-R-R-A-N, 87 Arran Way, Corby in Northamptonshire. And we'll keep you updated with the developments there. Back to the developments tonight, and in a moment, the latest news from ITN.
Cheek to cheek.
In all the running. His win puts him further ahead in the Formula One Championship. That's it for now. ITN bulletins continue throughout the night. Join us later if you can.
At 2:15, Bon Jovi are in Pop Profile, but first, Jean-Michel Jarre in concert.
When you want to drink in the sun, there's only one. Sun-kissed orange crush with real orange juice. Go on, drink it in.
My brother and I are identical in every way. Except you can take me anywhere.
Oh, no. Don't tell me. Let me guess. Oh, yes, it's a low-fat spread. That's it. Half the fat, but with all that lovely buttery taste. Well, once bitten, twice shy, know what I mean? I'm not that stupid. I mean, I wasn't born yesterday. No, not me. Look, you've only got to taste the stuff to know, haven't you? Oh, will you look at that?
Plaque is the main cause of tooth decay and gum disease. It can be thought of as an ever-advancing army of bacteria. To combat this attack, Maclean's contains fluoride and an antibacterial agent. Regular brushing with Maclean's helps protect teeth and gums by fighting the advance of plaque. Maclean's. All toothpastes are not the same.
Call our party line now on 0898 60 60 60 and speak to new friends all over the UK. Just dial 0898 60 60 60.
Now the director of Nightmare on Elm Street brings you his greatest creation. 100,000 volts of pure evil. Shocker.
No more Mr. Nice Guy.
Now on video, Shocker from Guild.
Haven't you gone yet?
Are you trying to get rid of me?
No, of course not.
You're up to something. I can tell. Come on, out with it.
I'm making a Nescafe commercial.
On your own? But we always do them together.
Not this one, Richard.
Why not?
It's about those precious moments when everyone's gone out for the day, and I can enjoy my Nescafe in peace.
Well, can't we both enjoy it?
No.
Nescafe. Coffee at its best. Couldn't I just stay for the bean shake?
Over 4 months, the average family uses about 22 toilet rolls, the odd 4,000 gallons of water.
but only one little tub of new Maxi Flush. Maxi Flush contains a powerful bleach. With every flush, it releases a surge of germ-killing power that helps to keep the whole toilet clean and hygienic. Maxi Flush gives you up to 4 months of bleach protection. Now that's a lot of flushes. New Maxi Flush, the power behind the throne.
Witty, confident, devastatingly feminine. Chanel number 19.
They found the formula on a buried parchment 2,000 years old.
Only 2 people know the secret, and they've sworn a deadly pact never to tell anybody else.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's because they're made from secret ingredients, smuggled in from thousands of miles away.
I had 100 packages in a day once.
What's unbelievable about that, Tank?
Why do Walker's crisps always taste so good?
This is new isotonic Lucasade Sport. It gets to your thirst, fast.
Cream and cocoa butter. Oceans of softness from the South Seas, from ponds.
Imperial leather, her only comfort in life.
Using only a penknife. And now the weather. Whether you on the sofa, yes, you, whether you take out a personal pension scheme and contract out of service.
Hello? Your money or your life insurance?
I have the unit trust you require. Sign with me.
With me, with me.
Boo. It's all right. I'm from Barclays.
Barclays?
Yes.
Here, watch him.
Look, choosing pensions, investments, and life assurance needn't be a nightmare. We've got experts to help you with all that at Barclays.
Experts?
Yes. Let me explain.
Late film, Ghostbusters.
Life assurance. Pop into Barclays and we'll put you in touch with our experts.
Over 4 months, the average family uses about 22 toilet rolls, the odd 4,000 gallons of water, but only one little tub of new Maxi Flush. Maxi Flush contains a powerful bleach. With every flush, it releases a surge of germ-killing power that helps to keep the whole toilet clean and hygienic. Maxi Flush gives you up to 4 months of bleach protection. Now that's a lot of flushes. New Maxi Flush, the power behind the throne.
Et voilà, un bon spectacle. There's something about incredibly rich, talented Frenchmen, isn't there? Mind you, he's married to that Charlotte Rampling woman, so I guess there's no hope for me there. In about 10 minutes, we've got the Pallison and Pillmark show, but coming up next, it's Bon Jovi in Pop Profile.
Has this ever happened to you? What a mess. This shirt and blouse have had it. Or have they? Now, there's a simple way to deal with the most difficult stains. DD7. A super concentrated formula that removes stains but won't harm fabrics. Now where's the ink? Delicate silk? Incredibly clean. Tar, iodine, blood, rust. DD7 gets rid of them all. Dull grey-net curtains restore to a like-new whiteness thanks to a soak in DD7. Imagine this is your washing machine. Dye from a red sock, marker ink, iodine. A little DD7 and goodbye to unwanted stains. Order DD7 today for just $6.95. Or we'll double your order for only £3 more. That's 2 tubes for only $9.95. For holders of these credit cards, call 0726 68000 or make your cheque or postal order for $8.95 or $11.95 payable to DD7 and send it to us at DD7 at Mail 54, Plymouth PL1 2YD.
At 3:35 this morning, the outrageous sounds of Britain's indie bands fill the airwaves in transmission. But right now, it's time for more music as Bon Jovi give us their pop profile.
We went there to do...
Weeble's house, so much fun. Look, the fun has just begun. Play school's Weeble house playing all around. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
At the Play School Weeble House, there are things to open and close, slide and peek into, and a scooter and swing too.
Play school's Weeble house playing all around. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Any ghost in the museum? Hi guys, meet my mummy, the mummy monster. Blast 'em. Look, a little ghost. Ecto 500 would catch him. Got him.
Ecto 500 classic monsters and super fright features from the real Ghostbusters.
Hello there, we're the normals.
We're bonkers on this game.
Bonk, bonk, bonkers, driving us insane. First I go forward 6, then I go 10 back, then I go forwards 4 and score.
I think he's going to crack.
Bonkers is never the same game twice because the board's always changing. Bonk, bonk, bonkers, it's driving us bonkers.
From MB.
Are you ready for Get On This Volume 2? 32 fantastic dance hits. Get On This 2 from Telstar.
RoboCop and the Ultra Police, the only cops with rapid repeat cap firing.
RoboCop battling the worst criminals like Headhunter and Nitro. The Ultra Police protected by Robo Armor.
In the fight for justice, nothing can stop RoboCop and the Ultra Police.
Smash hits Cindy, you're the one. You're new, with Paul on guitar and the microphone too. With your glittering hair, you look cool. You're a hit, you're it. Smash hits Cindy for me. There's no other girl like Smash hits Cindy.
Somewhere in the middle of nowhere, another Rice Krispies crisis for Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
Thank you, whoever you are.
As long as there are breakfasts, there'll be Snap, Crackle, and Pop.
To be a winner, be strong, be
Sports stars, each captured in his dynamic lifelike pose with his own autographed player card. Des Walker, John Barnes, and many more. Sports stars, now you can bring your heroes home.
to be a winner. Oopsie Daisy is learning to crawl. She's such a pretty baby. She crawls to me as nice as can be. Oopsie Daisy, when she falls down, she just picks herself up. She cries just like a baby. Crawl to me as quick as can be. Oopsie Daisy, Oopsie Daisy.
All next week in a TVAM World exclusive, we go backstage with Jason Donovan on his world tour and reveal the private man behind the public image. He tells how he handles the fame and the adoring fans who follow him wherever he goes, how he's learned to dance, how he keeps fit for his grueling stage shows, and he says he wants to marry and silence the gossip about his love life. So don't miss Jason Donovan, all next week only on TVAM.
This banana and I have some big news for you. Hey Hey It's Saturday won't be here next week. Oh, yeah, I know, it's upsetting, isn't it? But would you believe there's going to be something even better?
Oh, really?
They sound confident, don't they? But trust me, it's going to be terrific. Cop these for names. Chuck the Chimp will introduce you to Hilda the Hydra, Ring-a-Ding, Captain Keyboards, and we all play Go Bananas. It's going to be terrific. It's called Top Banana. Starts about 7 next week, so don't miss it. It's got all your favourite cartoons afterwards. Goodbye.
Hello there. Welcome to Saturday Mornings. Yes, that's right. You're watching ITV, and yeah, that's right. I am Andy Crane. You've not missed tune or anything like that. This is Motormouth for 1990. You've seen nothing like this on the television before. Over in the corner here, check it out. Very somatic. How you doing?
Hey, good.
What are you going to be doing for us a little later?
We're going to be doing a dance and a little performance for you.
The new single?
Yeah, the new single, Fast.
On BBC One now, Nick Ross and Sue Cook invited to help the police by providing new leads in unsolved cases. That's in Crime Watch UK. Here on 2, in a moment, you can see this week's episode of Moonlighting.
BBC Two presents a new series of 40 minutes. 10 Days in Holloway is a powerful film observing life inside Britain's largest women's prison.
There's a nice headbanger bit there.
Yeah, but whatever we do at these rooms, they're going to find something to bang their heads on if that's what they want.
Rescue looks at the lives and experiences of volunteers with a special commitment.
It's a police station here. We've got a call out.
Where you got there? Covering a 2,000-mile district of the Highlands, the Ben Nevis Mountain Rescue Team is one of the busiest in Britain. Olga Goes to Hollywood meets the Koshenvikovs, Russian dissidents coming to terms with life in the West.
Let's start things off by having you tell us all your name.
Olga.
Olga, where are you from?
Originally from USSR, from Moscow.
Olga, if you're ready, lean way down, big smile. Don't go. Oh, yes.
40 minutes, part of the exciting new season on BBC Two.
In 3/4 of an hour, on 2, Robin Ray introduces the...
Hello. How's your ego doing? Mine's a bit deflated. This will sort him out. New Cadbury's Boost. Chewy toasted coconut and caramel, smothered in Cadbury's milk chocolate.
Now we can show you the new Sunsilk hairsprays. The new Sunsilk hairsprays hold the look.
Before you check out a motor, check out Exchange and Mark. with so many cars, prices and information, you can really wise up. Exchanging Ma, it gives you more clout.
Morning. I wonder if I can interest you in life assurance. Abbey Life offer very reasonable terms.
Got some.
Oh, is your family covered for savings and loss of income?
Got some.
Well, does it include being run over by a steamroller?
Got some.
Sat on by an elephant?
Hop it.
Dear, dear, dear. I was just coming to that.
Bet your life you'll thank Abbey Life.
What's the most satisfying part of owning a new Rowenta Guardian safety iron? Is it the push-button spray? Or the power steam jet that helps smooth away the toughest creases? Or is it quite simply that if ever it were left face down for 30 seconds or upright for 8 minutes, the Rowenta Guardian safety iron will automatically turn itself off?
The Peugeot 309GL Minden Rose, a special edition at an on-the-road price of $6,295, including many extras. Available now at Anglia Garage, Ipswich.
Thank you. Don't forget, take a 10. See you later.
Chris Barry has the problem of keeping some semblance of control over the Dangerous Brothers, Tracy Ullman, the Moody Blues and Hale and Pace. And Saturday, almost live next week. Same place, same time.
World Series Baseball back on 4 on Sunday the 5th of October.
An American in England has his problems in a couple of minutes in a chiller thriller called Hysteria, as a man without a memory searching for a past, haunted by a woman he may or may not have murdered.
Well, I've traveled to the desert, laid by Pacific rollers, wandered through the jungle, even rode to the polar. But wherever I've been, I've never seen anything that tastes like solar. It's just right for today. A soft and chewy mix, cereal, nuts, and chocolate chips. So you can keep everything from the equator to the polar. I can say without a doubt, no other cereal bar is soft and chewy like solar.
When the clock starts, you'll have to decide how you're going to play one of the world's fastest bowlers. Will you try a forward defensive stroke? Go onto the back foot? Cut him? Drive him? Or duck? Time's up. Get inside sport. Look inside Sports Week.
When you need a break.
A coffee break?
No, a new kind of break. A chocolate break.
Make the break.
Cadbury's chocolate break, made with real Cadbury's chocolate. It's easy to make this chocolate break, and it's light and delicious and wide awake.
Make the break.
Cadbury's chocolate break, made with real Cadbury's chocolate. So the next time you feel like a new kind of break, any time of day, have a chocolate break.
Make the break.
Cadbury's chocolate break.
Make the break.
Actually, he's the surgeon. I'm just here to check that Mr. N. Whistle, who took out an Abbey Life policy worth somewhere in the region of £422,625, gets the best possible treatment. You've dropped a stitch.
Bet your life you'll thank Abbey Life.
The Peugeot 309GL Minden Rose, a special edition at an on-the-road price of $6,295, including many extras. Available now at Anglia Garage, Ipswich.
In performance, the exhilaration of gospel music combined with classical Greek theatre in one of Channel 4's spectacular events for Sunday night, The Gospel at Colonus. In the language of the new music, the work and thought of two Viennese intellectuals, Ludwig Wittgenstein and Arnold Schoenberg. And starting tomorrow, Picasso, a documentary reflecting the full range and development of the artist whose work has had a universal influence on 20th century art. Portraits of Excellence, starting with Picasso, tomorrow at 9:15 on Channel 4.
Right now, a film from the 60s, which should give a tingle to the spine and a chill to the nerves, as Robert Webber stars as a man touched by hysteria.
British Telecom International handle up to 500,000 business calls to over 180 countries every day. And using satellites, cables, microwave links and optical fibers, they select the best available route for each one, even before you finish dialing. Make sure you're making the most of the network. Pick up the phone.
Hi. Great. I'll get onto it right now.
British Telecom International. It's you we answer to.
Designed without compromise, tested without mercy. The new Renault 19 from £6,520.
Where you been then?
I've been to see the man in the big glass.
For motor insurance, turn to Swinton, because nobody looks harder.
When a suspect is held for questioning, his blood, hair, or skin tissue can be matched with those found at the scene of a crime. Thanks to a new system of genetic fingerprinting developed by ICI, they will be able to tell precisely who's guilty and who's innocent. World problems, world solutions, world class.
You're not going to believe this.
You're right, I'm not.
I'm really sorry I'm late.
Late? We're on the coffee.
Gold blend. Just in time.
Well, now, I think you know everyone, except...
We've already met.
We share the same taste in coffee.
Golden roasted, richer, smoother, Nescafe Gold Blend.
You're always this late.
I won't be tomorrow.
What's happening tomorrow?
I'm inviting you for dinner.
What makes you think I'll accept?
You can't resist my coffee.
The Nova from Vauxhall, once driven, forever smitten.
Life and pensions.
Groovy. I'd like to start a Choices pension before it's too late.
Ah, yes, choices.
That's the one.
Choices, a pension you can take from job to job.
Out of sight. But
A pension you can keep whether you're fully employed, partly employed, or even taking time off.
crucial. But is it true you can get government money to start one?
Yes, up to £1,600. That's right. Up to £1,600 in contributions over the next 5 years, provided you started before April the 5th.
So, I'd advise you to do something sooner rather than later. As it's not every day the government offers you money to start your own pension.
Hi, man. I've come about a Choices pension.
Particularly if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s.
Dial 100 and ask for free phone Choices pensions from Guardian Royal Exchange.
Bye-bye. Chinese pork and bamboo shoot surprise. Dinner tonight. Oh, Chinese. Pork. Beef. Dry sherry. Same thing. Red pepper. Bamboo shoots.
We've never had this before.
What's this? Dinner. Thanks, Nick. Chinese pork and bamboo shoot surprise.
It isn't Chinese? It's not pork.
And these aren't bamboo shoots.
And that's
The surprise.
Do your usual biscuits have the thick continental chocolate of Balzen's Choco Star and Choco Leibniz? Are they as crumbly as Balzen's blackberry or apple crumblies? Are their fillings as smooth as Balzen's new hazelnut or chocolate duetties? We thought perhaps not. So why settle for anything less than a Balzen?
Getting one of these wonderful Vichy skincare kits couldn't be easier. Just pop along to your Vichy chemist and you get moisturizer, cleanser, body milk, and 5 other samples, absolutely free. But just you try keeping them. Mother?
The free Vichy skincare kit. Hurry while stocks last.
With all the goodness of fibre and great tasting flakes, there's only one team worth getting into.
You'll never guess who I've just seen.
Yeah, I'll never guess.
Leslie. You know, Leslie. I've just seen him from the bus.
Leslie who?
Leslie who? Leslie. Leslie who you used to go around with, Leslie.
Leslie?
I did like Leslie. So charming. Always took his hat off. You never took your hat off.
Never had a hat.
And he had wonderful hands.
Yeah.
Leslie Green, that was it.
What are you doing?
I was going to see if he was in the book.
It's easy to lose touch with old friends. Pick up the phone. Maybe you can pick up the threads.
Yeah, Harry! Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. She's just the same.
British Telecom. It's you we answer to.
No, it's not Beryl. I never married Beryl.
Who captures Mama Nature's goodness to bring you the perfect spaghetti bolognese sauce? Thick and chunky with no artificial ingredients. Who but Dolmio? Dolmio do this, so all you have to do is eat and enjoy the perfect spaghetti bolognese. Dolmio, the best from Mama Nature.
Lean diced ham and tender pieces of chicken in a rich traditional seasoned sauce. Believe it or not, you're watching the calories.
It's Simply Red at our price. Simply Red with 2-track from their Simply Brilliant album, A New Flame. It's the hottest album in town at your local Our Price record shop.
I'll follow you down. Bye. Shame to waste a really good cup of coffee. Best part of this fiasco.
Ah, Cafe Hug.
Cafe Hug is naturally decaffeinated for a richer, smoother flavor.
I'm stuck. Oh dear.
Oh, no.
I think that calls for another cup of coffee.
Stop.
Cafe Hug, arguably the best.
Classic dishes deserve Uncle Ben's classic recipes like delicious creamy Indian rice supreme, broccoli rice au gratin, the best vegetables, herbs, spices, the finest rice in the world, all ready in 10 minutes. New Uncle Ben's classic recipes from the world's rice experts.
There's a great new cereal from Kellogg's that's just for kids. Big kids. New Kellogg's Toppers. Grown-up shredded whole wheat with a yummy, scrummy sweet topping on the top. New Kellogg's Toppers for the big kid in you.
Sir?
I'd like a drink, please. How one? To make sure it's cold.
Will there be anything else, sir?
No, thank you, I won.
Carlsberg, probably the best lager in the world.
Are you thinking of starting up your own business? In this game, you need all the help you can get. That's why you might appreciate your very own NatWest Small Business Advisor. He's there to help guide you through the ups and downs of starting up on your own. To point out the opportunities, like business development loans, and the pitfalls, like cash flow problems, like tax. Ask to see the Small Business Advisor at your local NatWest. If you want to get ahead of the game, press for action.
This is a businessman chasing after extra finance. If he was with Alex Laurie, he'd get finance automatically. Because the amount of money you get with Alex Laurie increases directly with your sales. So why chase after extra finance when you've already got it?
If you're an employer, help train the workers without jobs to do the jobs without workers.
This year, we should go to America, Hawaii, the Far East, Down Under, or even Britain. If only it was easier to save up.
But it is, with our holiday account. And this month, you can even win your dream holiday at all N&P branches.
In our world, winning is
everything.
And they're out to prove they can.
What does BBC stand for? Nothing special. The Bombay Bicycle Club. Some of the guys like the Billionaire Boys Club.
They play hard.
That title gives us something to shoot for.
And for money, they play very hard indeed.
We just had another $100,000 day.
But the big deal sometimes means going too far.
I killed Ron Levin. It was the perfect crime.
The true story of the Billionaire Boys Club, next Sunday, 10:15, Channel 4.
Unravelling the mysteries of modern music next tonight, Sinfonietta begins a 6-part study of those 20th century composers who severed the ties with tradition and wrote by their own rules. Charles Ives and Anton Webern were two radically different composers with oddly comparable goals, and they provide the subject for study in the first programme in a couple of minutes.
To find out how far you can really push yourself, how much stamina and determination you've got, and how satisfying it can be. Try a NATO exercise. The Territorial Army. 0800 555 555. We're ready and waiting to hear from you.
Rambo is back. And this time, it's for his friend. Rambo 3, out now on video from Guild.
Oh, she says Asda has tagliatelle. So where is it then? Blimey, what's this? Ah, what have we here? Chinese noodles. Well, tagliatelle's a sort of noodle. Right. Now for the salami. Oh, and can you look out for something called a wok? Ah, bread. Asda wholemeal, garlic baguettes, Bornhofen. What do you think? Yeah, I agree. Now, don't let me forget the wok, will you? Of course. Here's the tagliatelle and the salami. Hey, that's really nice. Well, you'll grow into it. Oh, excuse me. Do you have any woks?
This way, please.
Oh, that's a wok.
Asda, I'm tripping your love.
I wonder what it's for.
It was one of my more memorable dinner parties. I was just about to make the coffee when...
What's that?
Everything went black.
Are you trying to get rid of us?
But I wasn't going to let a power cut spoil the evening.
Sorry.
Candles, that's what we need.
Yeah, I know where they are. Have an half tray.
I love dark chocolate.
I can see you now.
Coffee, everybody. I always knew that fondue set would come in handy.
After 8, smooth, rich, and very dark.
I'm home.
He says I'm over-emotional.
Hi, darling. Hi, Carol.
Hi, Mike.
Tell me, she's depressed.
Yes, she is. She's very depressed.
Did the plumber come then?
What do you think? No, not in that. Oh. To speak to your daughter.
The United Arsenal match will not be shown. Instead, Derek Hatton, an in-depth profile.
All men are despicable.
I'll be in my study.
In a badly organized world, Orchard from Midland. Good interest on current account. Automatic savings sweep. Flexible loan facility. All on one simple statement.
I'll be in the study. Excuse me, young lady. No, don't slam the...
Mike, Carol's staying for the weekend. Is that okay?
Orchard from Midland. A beautifully organized bank account in a badly organized world.
The new Argos catalogue is out now, with a great new choice for spring and summer. Call in and pick up your copy.
It's so easy.
Kiss, a kiss, a kiss. An analysis of this kiss.
Signals focuses on the growth of new opera and discusses a recent forum designed to inspire new ways of presenting it to the people. One of the results is an 8-minute opera specially created for television, The Mathematics of a Kiss.
This gesture called the kiss is all
Signals, Wednesday at 9:15 on 4.
This is Channel 4, throwing some light on the complexities of modern classical music in Sinfonietta. Tonight, Charles Ives and Anton Webern.
We cross the pond again on Monday for a new series of Miami Vice, which begins when Crockett and Tubbs are assigned to track down a cocaine dealer who's been issuing death threats. Miami Vice returns on Monday, 10:10 on BBC One. In the Film Club on 2 now, the first of tonight's 2 offerings by the Danish director Carl Theodor Dreyer is a powerful drama of emotional repression set amongst the witch hunts of the 17th century, Day of Wrath. In 50 minutes, here on One, we meet a Hollywood star always thought of for her all-American girl-next-door image, Doris Day, who in a rare interview reveals to Christopher Frayling some of her true self. Now we join Jasper Carrott for some more words of wit in this week's live Carrott Confidential.
Hi, I've just moved in next door.
You'll be glad you had a Trebor extra strong mint.
Well, it's just gone 1:30, and we come to the end of a very involving and a little harrowing evening here on 4. Just to pick up on next week's late shift, if you'd like to join us, it's This is Spinal Tap, a story about an English rock group touring America, a little lighter than this evening's offering. But for now on Channel 4, that's all. So from myself, Hayden Wood, and from all my colleagues here, I wish you a very good night.
Now, to start a liquid gold account, it took £500, but now it's only 25. The amount has come right down. Silly me, I forgot to tell the lads. Well, they weren't amused when they heard the news. I quickly won them round. You get a really top-class savings account for only £25. I always come up smelling the roses. Well, the boys were very grateful, and they thanked me with a smile. We're very pleased we're with the Leeds. We can really make a pile.
Liquid Gold pays higher rates for bigger savers, so laugh all the way to the Leeds. His mother needs up to 5,000 calories a day to feed her puppies.
For this working dog, the ratio of calcium to phosphorus is critical for healthy bone and teeth. Top breeders know that Pedigree Chum understands dogs. And even after more than 30 years development, our expert nutritionists carry on the good work. Because the more we know, the better we care. Pedigree Chum.
Who the hell are you people?
I'm Jenny Lee. We're here for the audition.
It is 4 o'clock in the goddamn morning.
Yeah, sorry we're late.
A rough, tough rock and roll band straight out of high school
Dude!
take a holiday resort by storm.
I can't read this.
Satisfaction, tonight at 11:10.
A pathologist's report shows a heart attack an unsatisfactory explanation for a death in prison now in Inspector Morse.
Inspector Morse, in association with Beamish Stout.
Birds do it, bees do it, even educated fleas do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love.
There's one building society where over 13 million people have an investment or savings account. In fact, we help more people save more money for more things than anyone else.
Birds do it,
A daughter's wedding, for example.
bees do it, even educated fleas do it. Let's do it, let's fall in love.
Get a little extra help from the Halifax.
Let's.
Half Lakers shot this morning. Boss had the day off. Girl in accounts came back. Nice weather for ducks. United won. Away.
Pint of dry blackthorn, please.
Definitely a dry blackthorn day.
Oh, look what's done! Yes, sir, come fix it! Look out! Norman!
With more chocolate and more hazelnuts, there's a lot more cookie in a Maryland Maxi.
Well done, Norman.
Maryland Maxis.
At QuickFit, we've got spectacular spring offers, like brand new quality tires from only $14.95. You can't get better than a QuickFit fitter.
Does you does, or does you don't?
On your way,
Does you does,
the flexible way to pay. When traveling in Europe, you sure hope to have the scope for fun and play.
no need to ration your passion for fashion.
On a holiday, your access is the way to pay. You'll never be embarrassed in Paris. With access, everything's okay.
Access. Doesn't everyone?
There's a nutter running about in Glasgow, pumping bullets in you people. I don't want to give him a third chance. What is it with you? Are you in heat or something?
Taggart the movie, tomorrow at 8:30.
St. Ivel Gold, the country's favorite low-fat spread. It has a fresh dairy taste. Think about it. That fresh dairy taste and low fat. St. Ivel Gold.
Do they know the tape's missing? No chance. Okay, run it. So, this is it, their ICD road handling system. It's impossible. Can't work.
The Peugeot 405 with ICD.
From London, fly the airline that has more flights to more U.S. cities. American Airlines. Now you can fly American from Heathrow and Gatwick non-stop daily to 7 U.S. gateway cities, including Boston, New York, JFK, Newark, Miami, Chicago, Dallas-Fort Worth, and Los Angeles. And without changing airlines, you can fly American to over 200 connecting cities in the U.S. and beyond. No other airline gives you more of America than American.
Look at the state of you.
Well, it has been almost a year.
The powerful Stripe Master from Black & Decker is the easy way to give an even finish to the oddest of lawns. Then simply trim and edge with the trim and edge to leave everything looking well-groomed.
That's better. And don't leave it so long next time.
The Stripe Master and Trim and Edge from Black & Decker.
You do something to me.
New Dulux Soft White, because everyone's a softie at heart.
Young or old? What's great for cats? Whiskers.
For the new Sea Cat crossing from Folkestone to Boulogne, Harbour Speed strongly recommend you book immediately. These seats go very fast indeed.
St. Ivel Gold is a low-fat spread for people who like a fresh dairy taste. So if you're aiming for low fat with a delicious taste, St. Ivel Gold will bowl you over.
A spell in hospital can be expensive. Household bills keep coming. But having a bank credit card, a sign of financial responsibility, is your key to the hospital cash plan and insurance benefits of £350 a week, £1,500 a month for time spent in hospital. And with special options, benefits can reach £73,000. Standard plan premiums start at £4.95 a month. We're ready now to send you free information about bank credit card holders' hospital cash plan.
It's the debate voters thought would never happen. The three party leaders facing each other in front of the television cameras the night before polling day. Well, almost. Spitting Image election special in 40 minutes.
Major, we will win as polls show parties neck and neck. Kinnock, we've won the arguments, we'll get the votes. Ashdown, we've changed the nature of British politics. Tennessee's Arthur Ashe tells how heart surgery gave him AIDS. And PLO leader Yasser Arafat is reported alive after an air crash. Good evening. The last opinion polls of the election campaign point to a close finish tomorrow. All four indicate the Conservatives gaining ground slightly. Two have Labour still ahead, one has the Conservatives just in front. One has Labour and Tories dead level. Tonight, Mr Kinnock said it was Labour which was winning the arguments and would win the election itself. Mr Major said he believed the Conservatives would win with a sufficiently clear majority to govern for the next 5 years. The Liberal Democrat leader, Mr Ashdown, said the more seats his party won, the more power they would have to change politics for good.
Voters were questioned yesterday and today, in one case just today, for the 4 opinion polls published tonight. Leaving out the don't knows, ICM for The Guardian found Labour support 38%, down 3 on last week. Conservatives also 38, up 1. Liberal Democrats 20, up 2. Mori for The Times suggests Labour 39, also down 3. Conservatives 38, up 3. Liberal Democrats 20, up 1. Gallup for The Daily Telegraph suggests Labour 38, up half a point. Conservatives 38.5, also up half a point. Liberal Democrats 20, down half a point. NOP for BBC Two's Newsnight and The Independent indicates Labour 42, up 3. Conservatives 39, up 2. Liberal Democrats 17, down 2. Our poll of polls, averaging the most recent 8 polls, suggests Labour 39, Conservatives 37, Liberal Democrats 20, and that's a Labour lead of 2 points. Our correspondents report now on how the party leaders spent their last day out on the campaign trail.
The campaign trail took Neil Kinnock home to South Wales tonight. There was a welcome from old friends and a mood encouraged by Mr Major's earlier comments about being in opposition.
They were the words of a man who knows that the country's gone against him and their record, and a country that's given the thumbs down to their idea of the future, because it's a future composed entirely of the past.
But as they played the Labour leader's tune and he made one last triumphal procession to the podium, opinion polls again raised questions about overconfidence. All day, Mr Kinnock had warned about complacency. Tonight he appealed to floating voters with his vision for the future.
In the year 2000, I want to be able to look anybody in Britain in the eye and be able to say to them, 8 years ago, you, the British people, gave us a chance, and we did not let you down.
Champagne was served on the Labour campaign plane today, but only for the press. Mr Kinnock stuck to coffee. Glenys Kinnock served boiled sweets and wore a winning smile. The Kinnock campaign ended as it began, at a pace designed to preserve energy and avoid blunders. Today's only visit to a brickworks in Accrington. A pilot provided a lone voice of dissent and a rude message. Mr Kinnock's electioneering style has attracted considerable criticism. Too many photo opportunities, not enough contact with real voters is the complaint. But party strategists believe they've handled matters more skillfully than their opponents, and that Mr Kinnock has successfully sold himself as the next Prime Minister. Tim Hewitt, News at 10, with the Labour campaign.
Mr Major's battleground tonight, the calm of the television studio, not the heat of the election rally. Here at ITN for an interview on Channel 4 News. He's insisted on a vow of silence on the subject of opinion polls throughout the campaign, and even tonight would venture no precise prediction about the outcome.
I didn't make a prediction last time, and I'm not going to make a prediction this time, except this: we will win, and by a clear majority.
He spent the day trying to turn the undecideds into decideds, the battle bus weaving through the London marginals, and on board no regrets about his much criticised campaign.
No, I don't think you can look back and say I do things differently. We set out at the beginning to set out what our policies were for the future and to expose the differences that exist between the parties' policies. I believe that's what we've achieved.
What's it like now waiting for the result?
Well, I'm fairly phlegmatic. I'm confident about what the result will be. I'm used to waiting. I've contested elections before. I've waited for my own results. It'll be the same this time, only perhaps bigger.
A bit like waiting for an exam result or a driving test result, perhaps.
Well, the work is done. The work is done. It's finished. The voters will have decided what they're going to do.
And in South London, where he first learnt the art of street corner speaking, the last of the impromptu calls to arms that have been such a feature of his campaign. The soapbox itself is now in honourable retirement. Over the past few days, there has been Conservative talk of the humbling of the pundits tomorrow. But as Mr. Major awaits polling day here at Downing Street, there is also talk among senior Conservatives about being the largest party in Parliament, but not with an overall majority. And there's a recognition that in such a very tight race, special factors in individual seats could make all the difference. Edward Sturton, News at 10 with the Conservative campaign.
In light-hearted mood tonight, Paddy Ashdown arrived on stage in Taunton for his last rally of the campaign. As well as his speech, the Liberal Democrat leader had come armed with a puppet, an orangutan given to him by his campaign team as a memento of one of his favourite warm-up jokes. But his message struck a more serious note, that the Liberal Democrats had transformed the style of this election.
They told us that unless we took part in the ridiculous charade of the so-called War of Jennifer's Ear, we wouldn't get any attention and our vote would go down. But we proved them wrong. Our vote went up. We responded to the thirst in this country, the thirst in Britain for a positive vision for our country, the thirst to have politicians say what we believe in.
The pace of his campaign is something which has marked him out. Late today, he was still trying to woo the voters on his 48th walkabout, meeting someone he'd encountered on his first.
Absolutely superb.
And there was another unexpected encounter during one of ITN's live broadcasts.
Crisscross the country.
It's a lovely day, and how well are you keeping?
Paddy, you can tell us what it's been like yourself.
I'm now about to doorstop you.
Have you been exposed to
She's never lost her words.
Have you been exposed
Always.
to cross-examining?
Always, Libby, and chiefly by you.
And proper questioning?
Oh, absolutely.
Would you like to tell our viewers then
No, I'll leave
what
you
you
to
think
do
you've
that.
achieved?
We knew we wouldn't faze you. It's a joke from them in there, you realise that, don't
Great.
you?
Well, it's been great fun, Paddy, and good luck.
Great fun.
Tonight, with a parting message to a crowd of supporters, the Liberal Democrat leader's campaign finally closed.
All right, good luck.
Tomorrow, Paddy Ashdown and his party will find out whether their positive message, which they say has lit a beacon of hope across the country, will translate into votes. Libby Wiener, News at 10, with the Liberal Democrat campaign.
This morning, Mr. Kinnock claimed that Mr. Major had conceded defeat. That was after Mr. Major remarked that in what he called the unlikely event of a minority Labour government, the Tories would vote against a Queen's speech containing Labour's stated policies. Our political correspondent Peter Allen watched all the main parties, as he has throughout the campaign.
As the first postal votes dropped into the ballot boxes tonight, the message was clear. The campaign might not have been exciting, but the finish is going to be a thriller. Halfway through this campaign, the pollsters recorded a slump in Conservative support big enough to put Labour in power. That support hardened. Now most of the pollsters say the two parties are neck and neck. It's all down to the floating voter.
I really don't know at the moment.
So to capture that floating voter, a message of special urgency at this morning's press conferences.
For recovery, vote Conservative.
Vote for recovery, vote for investment in education, vote for the NHS, vote Labour.
We appeal particularly to those who will be voting for the first time. Use your first vote well and vote Liberal Democrat.
There was one last minor gaffe to entertain the media when Mr. Major talked about how he'd treat a Queen's speech from a Labour government.
I would study what was in the programme and what I thought was in the interest of the country. But I think it is so far off the beam of what is going to happen that I really wouldn't wish to say any more about it.
By tradition, party leaders don't admit even the hypothetical possibility of the other side winning. But Mr. Major was soon back on safer territory and promising victory.
But I reiterate again, it is an hypothetical set of circumstances that are not going to occur. We are going to have a clear majority when the votes are counted on Thursday night.
A prediction which aides are tonight reinforcing after the evidence of the latest polls. But if he was to get the lead, where would the votes come from? It was one of those questions which Mr. Major seemed to find impossible to answer. The answer in the end came from Mr. Patton.
I don't know. What we've found increasingly in the last week is that those who began the campaign saying they weren't sure how they were going to vote have been firming up.
How do you show just how refreshing Lipton ice is? An azure sea, a cooling breeze, dazzling sun. No wonder he looks so happy.
You are about to discover an emotion like no ice cream has ever offered you before. With the velvet caress of Ranieri, all else disappears. New Ranieri, a velvet emotion never before experienced.
Organics, the only shampoo with glucosyl, a natural nutrient which nourishes the life source of hair, the roots. Organics strengthens hair, giving life and body. So hair looks radiant with health and beauty. Organics from the Elida Hair Institute, the first ever root nourishing shampoo.
Morning.
Morning. Sir, what's the matter? You a bit short?
I've had it more for my branded powder.
Because it's got stain digesters.
So's my new Surf.
Mine's biological.
Just like Surf.
Well, mine works at low temperatures. So does mine.
But mine costs me less. And if you're not happy, Lever Brothers give you your money back.
They don't. They do. I must be expecting to shift a few packets.
Millions. Ta. Smarty pants.
Well, it's everywhere now, isn't it? This I can't believe it's not butter.
The old-fashioned way is not good enough for them.
Yeah, they say it's made with buttermilk for a fresh butter-like taste.
That's the dripping, Pamela.
But I know for a fact that it's high in polyunsaturates, low in saturates, and has virtually no cholesterol.
Oh, imagine that.
Well, I won't have it, Derek. Not in my caff. Not for my customers.
Customers?
I can't believe it's not butter. Can you?
Darling, it's twins. I've just had the first one. I can't wait to have the next one.
New Nescafe Cappuccino Twin Sachets.
You can't be too careful when you've got this much dosh in your briefcase. Tune in to 95.8 Capital FM between 7 and 10 every weekday morning. There's competitions, travel news, snake charming, hippo juggling.
Take camera one and cue the opening titles. Cue the music! Tonight, the music comes from the legendary keyboard guru Greg Allman, live from the 527 Main Street Club in New York. On Cue the Music, we search the globe for the unusual and the rare. This is no exception. As one of the members of the renowned Allman Brothers Band, he's assured of lasting fame in the annals of rock and roll. We can't talk about Greg without reference to his brother Dwayne Allman, who was born in 1946 in Nashville, followed by Greg a year later. They started their musical careers for real in 1967 at the famous Muscle Shoals studio in Alabama. Then they moved to Jacksonville, Florida, and recorded some demos under the name Dwayne and Greg. Dwayne, by this time, was in great demand as a session guitarist and featured on tracks by Wilson Pickett, King Curtis and Clarence Carter for the Atlantic label. He was a natural. Record boss Jerry Wexler then invited Dwayne to back Aretha Franklin with the option of producing his own album. Phil Walden, who started the Capricorn label, picked up an option, and Dwayne called in brother Greg to form a band with drummers Butch Trucks and J-Mo Johnston, who then suggested that two of their friends, Berry Oakley and Dickie Betts, would make the ideal group. They all moved to Macon, Georgia for rehearsals and then on to record in the Big Apple for the Atlantic label. Then, in May 1970, Eric Clapton saw the band in Miami whilst he was recording and invited Dwayne to join in the sessions for his new band, Derek and the Dominoes. In March 1971, the band recorded their double live album at Fillmore East in New York, but events overtook them when the whole band was arrested in Jackson, Alabama for drug possession. Then, sadly and tragically, in the following October, Dwayne Allman was killed when he tried to avoid a truck. The band played on and even gave a musical tribute at Dwayne's funeral. Then, 13 months on, sadly and tragically, bassist Berry Oakley was killed, just 3 blocks from the scene of Dwayne's death in a similar motorbike accident. In September 1973, the album Brothers and Sisters, which is dedicated to Oakley, went to #1 in the States for an incredible 5 weeks, and Ramblin' Man, the single, climbed to #2, their best ever position. So, enjoy Greg Allman live in concert at the 527 Club.
Sunday night on BBC One and at 7.
You're overreacting.
Trouble.
I find my best man wants to go to bed with my fiancée, and I'm supposed to be calm.
At 7:30.
Hello, boys and girls.
And at 8, over to Chigwell.
Not much gets past me.
Certainly not if it's got a hairy chest.
At 8:30, sweet and sour drama.
你好吗？有什么好吃的? Sorry, my Mandarin gone a bit rusty.
Haven't got a pegging clue, mate. After a mom's cake.
And after the news at 9:35.
Let's face the music and dance!
Morecambe and Wise. Then at 10:05, the return of Match of the Day with highlights of the FA Charity Shield. Sunday night on BBC One.
New drama this autumn on BBC One. Pride and Prejudice, a major adaptation of Jane Austen's compelling love story.
I've been meditating on the very great pleasure which a pair of fine eyes can bestow.
1,500,000.
Money can buy most things in life.
Yes!
But it can't buy happiness.
I don't think we love each other anymore, you know.
Bill down!
When the going gets tough for the police,
You are the hired help. Do you understand?
they call the backup.
She's dead and she's there on that farm. I know it.
Peter Capaldi stars in the roller coaster thriller Runway 1.
That's it. We're going to nail him.
Ian McShane is Otis Cook, a DJ searching for a lost 60s soul band.
The Tallahassees, the greatest soul band that ever did a pirouette, snapped a funky finger.
Yeah!
And Francis Urquhart is back.
He's won so many times, he thinks he's indestructible. And perhaps he is.
I couldn't possibly comment.
With new series of Roughnecks, Dangerfield and Casualty. That's the new season of drama on BBC One.
The highlights of the weekend weather now on BBC One with John Ketley.
Hello again. Well, the temperature again scorched its way up to 32 degrees over in Wattisham in Suffolk during Saturday. It's not going to be that hot for the next 2 or 3 days though, because we've got cool and fresher weather coming in now behind that blanket of cloud which brought some heavy rain, welcome heavy rain actually, to parts of Wales and northwest England during Saturday evening. So overnight it's going to turn fresh in most parts of the country, temperatures down to about 10 to 13, though staying pretty sultry still in that extreme southeastern corner of England. Any rain and drizzle though should have virtually faded away by first light. Tomorrow we're in that little ridge of high pressure, which means it's going to be a fine day across the bulk of the country. Maybe rather cloudy to start off with, East Anglia in the southeast, maybe just the odd spot of rain, but it'll soon brighten up with lots of sunshine following on. The cloud will tend to build up during the day. That will suppress temperatures as well, temperatures about 20 to 25 degrees, the highest being across southern England, across into parts of East Anglia. Now later in the day you will find the cloud thickening again across the north and west of Scotland to bring some drizzly rain, and quite a fresh breeze actually late in the day. Now, as far as the test match is concerned at Trent Bridge for the 4th day, it's going to stay dry. Fairly sunny, though rather cloudy at times, and temperatures in the afternoon about 24 degrees, and that's 75 degrees Fahrenheit. There's the chart for next week then, high pressure building again from the Atlantic, which means more of the same. That's it from me tonight.
Well, now we've just about come to the end of tonight's offerings on BBC One. Time to give you a quick flash of the clock reading. What is it? Just gone 5 to 2. Annie Nightingale's Chilling Out on Radio 1 and Sue McGarry's on Radio 2. Give them a whirl if you're staying around. From the team here on BBC One, though, and from everyone at Television Centre, this is Jane Constantinis wishing you a very good night.
Another shipload of comedy stars burst onto our screens when Tony Hancock plays The Rebel, Sunday afternoon's film at 12:45.
Tomorrow night, stay in on 4 and discover the wild and wooded depths of Extremadura, Spain's forgotten forest. At 9, NYPD Blue are in hot pursuit when a child is kidnapped.
Let us do our job.
And at 10, he'll give away more prizes and he'll play more games if you say yes to Chris Evans.
It's the right answer!
3 good reasons to stay in on 4 tomorrow night from 8.
In short, things must change. On every job, at every stage. We must get the best suppliers at the best price and insist on value for money. Value for money doesn't mean we have to compromise. It means we can maximize. We must get value for money. Right, what do we do for lunch around here?
McDonald's?
It's not easy keeping your hands clean and fresh. Every day they pick up all kinds of hidden germs. But new Carex, with its antibacterial agent, gently combats germs and odours. Very nice. So after every little job, always handle with Carex.
We spoil our saucepans in the Prestige factory, so you won't spoil them in the kitchen.
Swinton price freeze. Who said insurance isn't exciting?
19, 19, 19, 19, 08, 98, 19, 19, 19.
Spring into the new Energy Rush 7th Heaven with #1s from Dupe and D-Ream. Energy Rush 7th Heaven, out now.
The first time you see one, you'd be forgiven for being curious, because there's never been a body foam towel quite like the new Invisible Ultra. It's specially shaped, has a dry top layer to keep you feeling fresh, and is cleverly compressed to give you big towel protection in a very discreet towel.
She walked into his life and hit like a whirlwind. She wasn't what he expected, and nothing could ever be the same again. Betty, shamelessly sexy, wild and passionate. Jean-Hugues Anglade and Béatrice Dalle in the unforgettable Betty Blue, Tuesday night at 10 on 4.
Sacre bleu, or should that be Betty Bleu? Anyway, in keeping with the last trailer, this is David McLeod saying au revoir and wishing you all, wherever you are, have a very bon nuit.